fifth act of the evening is different from the rest. She is not a musician. She is rather a comedian. So get your laugh bones ready here. Get your funny bones ready. Rhonda Atkins didn't go to college until age 47, but there's nothing wrong with that. She is a licensed hospice social worker and a registered play therapist. Now retired, she enjoys making people laugh. Here she is now with what she likes to call her laughter seminar. Please welcome Ms. Rhonda Atkins.
I've got friends here, family here. I even have my Zumba teacher here. All right, so let's do a little woo. Okay, so it's been pretty stressful for all of us. So laughter is the best medicine. So we're going to start out with just some family jokes that I have. People told me jokes. I've been gathering this stuff for probably 15, 20 years. So one of my favorite stories is I was babysitter for like 8 kids for 8 years in one of my lives. And a mom called me. She said, "Hey, can you babysit my 4-year-old kid?" I said, "No, we got chicken pox all over the house here." So, I want him to have chicken pox. Because back in the day, you didn't want your kid to get chicken pox when he went to school because they'd miss school. I said, "Okay, send him over." So the next day, the little 4-year-old boy comes over and I said, "Hey, have you ever had the chicken pox?" He said, "No, we don't even have any chickens." So one teacher of Sunday school said to the kids, "Now, why do you think you have to be quiet in church?" And one brilliant little boy said, "Well, because some of them are sleeping." Thanks for laughing. I told my son, laugh loud. I think he is. Thank you. One little boy, he's saying, "God, oh please, if you can't make me a better boy, it's okay. I'm having a lot of fun just the way I am." I love you guys. I had 2 boys. I've mentioned one a lot here. His name's Chris, and he's got a little brother, Andy. They're kind of big now, but anyway. So one day I'm making them pancakes. And Chris, the older boy, and Andy's sitting there. They're arguing about, oh, goodness gracious, they want the first pancake. I thought, it's time to teach them a moral lesson. And I said, you know what? If Jesus was here, he'd give the other brother a pancake. And Chris turned to Andy and said, "You be Jesus." Okay, wow. So how many of you remember George Burns? I know some of you are old folks, okay? All right. Or watch the reruns. Well, George Burns says, you know what? When you're getting old, you tie your shoes, you go down there to tie them, you think, what else can I do while I'm down here? Guess what? The preacher came to call on me at my house the other day. I'm going to be 73 in a couple of weeks, but come on, I don't need a home visit. But, I put up with a guy. And when he was leaving, he said, "Now, ma'am, you should be thinking about the hereafter." I said, "Oh, I think about that all the time. When I'm in the living room or in the kitchen, I go, what am I hereafter?" Oh, you guys are great. I was here at rehearsal. There was 3 people out there. I got one little ha. There wasn't even a ha-ha, okay? So, when my husband turned 40, he said he wanted 220s. I said, "I don't think you're wired for 220. Well, then, when my husband turned 60, a genie stopped by our house and said to my husband on his 60th birthday, "What would you like for your birthday? Make a wish." He said, "Well, I'd like to go on a cruise." Poof! We were on a cruise. We're on the cruise on his 60th birthday, and all of a sudden, the genie shows up again. And she says, "Hey, you want another wish?" "Sure." "Well, what is it that you want?" "I always wanted a wife that was 30 years younger." She made him 90 years old. Woo, that's my favorite too. All right. Now I know you can participate more than just laughing. So we're going to do some tongue twisters, okay? And I'm almost done. I only got 3 minutes. Can you believe it? I got all this good stuff. 3 minutes, they said. Okay. Now repeat after me. Sister Sally sold seashells by the seashore.
Sister Sally sold seashells by the seashore.
All right, now listen up, turn up the hearing aids, okay? Get your glasses adjusted, whatever you guys do when you're old, okay? I'm gonna say it slow and a little at a time, but you ready? Which rich witch wore which rich witch's wristwatch? Okay, I'm gonna say it fast with 2 mistakes, and then you can say it fast with probably 9, okay? All right. Which witch wore which witch's wristwatch? But it was funny, okay? And that's why. How many of you remember Julie Andrews and the Sound of Music? And when it was her 69th birthday, she sang at the radio, music hall, in the benefit of the AARP. You all know the AARP. And so she wrote these words in the tune of the favorite things, okay? Maylocks and nose drops and needles for knitting, walkers and handrails and new dental fittings, bundle of magazines tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. Cadillacs and cataracts and hearing aids and glasses, Polident and Fixodent and false teeth and glasses, pacemakers, golf carts and porches with swings. These are a few of my favorite things. When the pipes leak, when the bones creak, when the knees go bad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
Here joining us now for our 3rd piano performance of the evening is Ms. Ernestine Eldridge. Ernestine was born and raised in Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. Where the heck is Soddy Daisy? I'm probably the only other person in here that calls it Big Soddy. A UTC graduate, she went on to earn her master's degree at the Peabody Teaching College in Nashville. She taught music and PE for 33 years at Gaines Middle, Sale Creek, and Soddy Daisy Elementary. Along the way, Ernestine also coached high school basketball and volleyball. She is a lifelong member of the First Baptist Church in Big Soddy. Please join me in welcoming... Like I wasn't going to catch that, right? Okay, Daisy, Soddy, Big Soddy, well, never mind. Yeah, there, Soddy, Daisy. Okay, it's incorporated now. I know. I was here when it incorporated. Okay. Please join me now in welcoming Ms. Ernestine Eldridge on piano, playing a medley of 4 songs, starting with 2 of my other favorites, and I may just have to step out of the room, folks. The Old Rugged Cross, and ending with Amazing Grace. Ms. Ernestine Eldridge. the second pianist of the night, Ms. Barbara Dooley. Now, Barbara, she comes from a family of musicians. She's played and taught the piano since she was 15 years old, and only recently, in fact, it was just last year. A native of Chattanooga, she has lived in multiple states before returning to the scenic city with her husband, who is also a musician. Together, they have 2 daughters who are both professional musicians and 3 grandsons, 2 of which are, can you guess? Professional musicians. Please join us in welcoming on piano Mrs. Barbara Dooley performing Capriccio, Opus 116, number 7. And I want to make sure I pronounce this right, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Johann Brahms? Johannes Brahms. There you go, Ms. Barbara Dooley.